going to do a quick core workout today using the Pilates ring. So let's start on all fours and we'll get warmed up a little bit here first. So place your wrists below your shoulders, your knees below your hips. And with an inhale, we'll move into this cat stretch, arching the back. And then exhale, round the back, lift the belly button up. Inhale to arch. And exhale to round. Good, keep going, moving with your breath. Really lifting your belly button up into your spine as you exhale. Couple more, just like it. Getting that movement into your spine. And then come back to a neutral spine, belly button lifted. We'll move into a spinal balance. Inhale, the right arm and the left leg up. Exhale them both down. Left arm, right leg. Inhale up and exhale, place them down. Switch, right arm, left leg. Lift and then lower. Switch again. Left arm, right leg. Exhale, lower down. Good. Now we're going to lift and hold the right leg and the right arm and the left leg up, and we're making little pulses here, lifting a little bit higher and then bringing back down. Good, lower all the way down. We'll switch, lift, and then little pulses. Lift a little higher and lower, lift and lower. Keep it under control, keep your belly button lifted. Good, lower them back to the floor. And then walk your hands forward a little bit to come to a kneeling plank. We're going to move into some push-ups, keeping the elbows right by your side. Exhale, lower toward the floor, and inhale, press back up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Good. Keep those elbows squeezing in. This is a tricep push-up. It's okay if you're only lowering halfway. Do what you can do without letting your belly and your hips drop down. Good. Now on the next one, lower all the way down and then lift the shoulders up into a cobra. Relax and then inhale, lift to a cobra. Good, relax. The hands are under the shoulders, and if you want, you can start pulling your hands against the floor a little bit to lift up a little higher each time. Letting your back do most of the work and then just pulling your hands against the floor to come a little bit higher. Good. Relax down and then press up through that tricep push-up again, curling your toes under and lifting up to a downward dog. Fingers spread wide, heels lowering. Let your knees bend a little bit right now if they need to. And then lower the knees back down to the floor and grab your ring. We'll get started with the good stuff. Hopefully you're feeling nice and warm now and ready to go. So we'll roll all the way down to the floor, place the feet on the floor, knees up, have the ring in your hands, and as we exhale, pressing the belly button into the floor, we're curling the chin toward the chest, the shoulders up, and then twisting to one side. Inhale it back to center and down, and then exhale, squeeze up and twist the other way. Inhale, center, and down. Good. We'll keep going. Switching sides each time. Taking care to really squeeze the belly button down into the spine as you exhale. Just like in the warm-up when we were doing that cat stretch, focusing on that exhale and that squeeze. Keep that going. If you want a little extra challenge, you can always put a little pressure of your palms toward each other. Squeeze the ring a little bit. Good. Breathing as you go. Settle back down to the floor. Lift your legs up and place the ring between your ankles. Curl your chin to your chest, shoulders up, knees are into the chest. And as you inhale, we're going to stretch the legs and arms out. Exhale, tuck them in. Inhale, reach. And exhale, tuck. Again, belly button pressing down, shoulders staying lifted, even on the reach. Good, exhale, tuck. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck. Squeeze the belly button down. A few more. Keep going, keep breathing. Your legs can always come more vertical if you need a little reprieve, or you can keep the knees tucked into the chest and just do the arms if you need a breather. Good. Hug that in. One more stretch. Good, and relax. Let your head come down. Arms to your side, legs straight up. We're going to point the toes now and turn the legs externally. So the kneecaps are pointing out to the sides a little bit. And we're going to make circles on the ceiling. So it's just like you're drawing, like your toes are the tip of a pencil. And you're going to switch directions each time. So circle one way and then circle the other way. Stopping strong at the top of that circle to switch directions. Keeping it under control, taking the biggest circle you can without getting sloppy. Really squeeze your legs toward your body at the top of that circle, keeping them straight and strong, as straight and strong as you can. Good, hang in there. And rest, let the knees bend. Grab your ring, and we're going to roll to our side. So slide your right arm down so you're resting your head in your right hand if you're on your right side. Bring your legs forward a little bit toward the front of the mat, and then take the ring in your left hand and place it on your hip or your thigh, depending on how long your arm is. From there, we're going to hold the hand in place and lift both legs up against the ring. Exhaling as you squeeze, inhaling down. Keep the hand pressing down against the ring so that the legs have to push and squeeze the ring as they lift up. Good, keep breathing, keep lifting and lowering with control. Good. And let that go. We're going to come up now onto the right elbow. Bend the knees to 90 degrees so your feet are behind you. The ring is still in your left hand, still on your hip or your thigh, and we're going to lift the hips up off the floor. So we're in a kneeling plank, a kneeling side plank. From there, you're going to let your hips drop down and then lift and push them into the ring. So the hand is holding the ring in place so that your hips have to push against the ring to squeeze it. Good, keep going. Lowering the hips down, not quite letting them touch the floor, and then pressing them up. Good, breathing as you go. And lower the hips down. Nice job. Let's switch sides. Coming onto the left side, resting all the way down so our head is in our left hand. Legs are slightly forward of the hips. The ring is in the right hand and placed against the hip or the thigh. And again, we'll lift both legs together, squeezing the ring that way. The hand holding the ring in place. Good, breathing as you go. You're in charge of the resistance here. The harder you squeeze, the harder it's going to be. Do what you've got to do. Get the best workout you can. This is a very short workout. We're doing a lot in a little bit of time, so take advantage of this time. Good. Come up now onto the left elbow. Bend your knees so your feet are behind you. The ring is still against the hip or the thigh. Hips are up off the ground. And then let them dip down and squeeze them up against the ring. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Keeping it under control. The right hand is strong against the ring, holding it in place. Good. Always breathing. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Good. And then let the hips lower down to the floor. And from there, we'll roll on to our bellies. Take the ring in your hands underneath your face and then stretch the ring out overhead so it's on the floor. Take a nice deep breath. And as you inhale, let's lift the right leg and the ring. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, left leg and the ring. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, right leg lifts, upper body lifts. Exhale, lower down. Good. Keep going, keep switching legs each time. You're keeping your arms straight out in front of you, lifting the entire chest up off the ground, lifting the ring as high as you can, trying to keep the biceps by the ears. Breathing. The top of the hip is staying connected to the floor. The leg is staying straight and strong, so you're lifting it from the hip. Good. Rest that down. Take a breather, and then lift both legs together. Hold it up there, and then scissor your legs up and down. A quick little movement, but controlled. Switch, 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 switch. Good, and then lower down and rest. Bring the hands back under the shoulders to press up through your push-up, your tricep push-up. We'll come back to sitting and grab the ring. Place your feet on the floor, knees are up. The ring is in both hands in front of you, and we're coming to kind of a boat pose if you're familiar with yoga. So we're leaning back a little bit, ring in hand, and then we're twisting to one side, coming back to center. Exhale as you twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. So you are leaning back far enough that you feel your abs kicking in. You're keeping your heart lifted, shoulders down and back, so the back is nice and straight, and you're twisting as far as you can go each time, using that full exhale. Steady breath, steady movement. Couple more. Nice strong twists. Good, back to center, and then with control, tucking the tailbone under, lowering down all the way to the mat, one vertebra at a time. Let's bring the ring back between our ankles. Getting the legs as straight and as strong as you can, rotating them out from the hip again, so the knees are pointed out to the side. And we'll move the legs toward the floor and then squeeze them back in. Move them toward the floor and squeeze them back in. So I want you to really pay attention to your low back here. If you feel your back start to arch and lift up off the ground, then we're probably going too far. You want to keep your spine neutral, connected with the mat. So as you're lowering the legs, your strength is bringing them up from this position. We're not using any momentum. We're lifting with control. We're holding them there in that lifted position before we start again, so there's no bounce. Good, let that go. Let's stretch the legs out. You can bring the ring to the floor and just take a nice long stretch. Arms overhead, legs out. And we're going to roll back on to our bellies here as we stretch a little bit more to finish. Let's bring our elbows under our shoulders and lift up into a Sphinx pose here. So a little bit of an arch in the back. The heart is moving forward. The shoulders are moving down and back. Let that go. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Press up through your tricep push-up. Coming back to all fours. And back to that cat stretch, inhaling to arch the back and exhaling to round the back. Belly button still lifting into the spine, strong as you exhale. Steady breath, steady movement. Good. Now round the back and sit back toward your heels about halfway, coming up onto your fingertips. Good. And then let your hips come all the way down to your heels into a child's pose, keeping the arms stretched out there for a second. Then let's walk the hands over to the right until you feel a stretch down the left side of your body. Take those deep breaths and then walk your hands back through the center to the other side, finding that stretch now on your right side. Back to the center. Pausing for a moment for one deep breath. And then slide your hands forward until your hips are above your knees, coming into a kneeling downward dog. You're keeping some weight on your hands. Your forehead might touch the floor. If not, you could put a pillow or a block under it to give it a place to rest, or just let it hang out in space. And then press into your palms to walk your hands back toward your body so you can come around to sitting comfortably, whatever that means. Sitting up nice and tall, arms by your side. With an inhale, let's bring the left one up and stretch it over your body, resting on your right palm or down onto your right elbow if it goes that far. Both sit bones are still on the mat, and we're breathing into that big open space on your left. Inhale back up, and then take the left arm behind you, so we're coming into a twist. The right arm comes in front of the body to the left knee. Every time you inhale, try to sit a little bit taller, and then on your exhales is when you want to twist a little bit deeper with a really long spine. Good. Inhale back to center. Settle, and then bring that right arm up and reach it over, resting on the left hand or the left elbow. Good. Inhale back up and exhale as you twist, bringing the right arm behind you now. The left arm across the front of your body to your right knee. Finding all that length in your spine, all the height that you have. Find it on every inhale. Good. Relax that. Come back to the center. Arms to the side. Let's take a deep breath up. Exhale the arms back down. And have a great day. Thanks for joining me.